it's tough to change the actors, especially. And I had the biggest problem with Rhaenyra, and this is a superficial, like, subjective reason, but if you're gonna do a new actor thing and you get the older version of the actor, you kind of have to do a prettier actor.
Wait, so you found old Rhaenyra ugly?
I just don't think I like her as much. Like, maybe, okay, I won't dwell on appearances. Personally, yeah, I didn't think she was that pretty, but it was also like, and the young one was like more sprightly and animated, and I'm like, oh, I'm liking this girl.
Well, I'll say this. I think the young version is more unique looking, like an unusual human being. Almost like an alien or something, where I'm reading into her performance and I'm interpreting things in the character just based on the fact that the actor looks a certain way. I'm just seeing more depth there because she's interesting. And then the older version is more regular human. She doesn't look weird.
Exactly.
And as soon as that happened, it felt like suddenly she wasn't as weird. But I think that was just my reaction of like, oh, she doesn't look weird anymore. Or not weird. I don't know the right way to say it, but she doesn't look as striking and unique. And so it felt like some of her personality disappeared. But I don't think it did. I think I'm just interpreting that because the actor changed.
I think you're right. You call it weird. I'm kind of calling it pretty. Whatever it is. And that's just kind of basic human psychology. Like, you should know when you're casting the young one, make sure you're casting the older one that has, I call it that's more attractive. So you're like, oh, it's an upgrade. You don't want to be kind of bummed out by the replacement. And I didn't really notice it in Alicent Hightower. When they switched, I was almost like, is that this? Why didn't they switch her? Because she looked really similar, at least. And I feel like they had a more similar vibe. So I barely noticed, and it didn't really bug me.
Yeah, I had sort of the same reaction. Like, it's still difficult, but it didn't feel like we had lost some special factor that was attached to one specific actor.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. It feels like we almost lost the main character, even though it's the same main character.